Oh, that's me. That's at my back.
Yeah.
For your minister tour, we'd just like to ask some of the very, very special people here just to sit at the top table behind them and top table.
I sound very English, don't I?
Yeah.
Are you taking it? You're looking at it. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow.
The photographs have triggered memories of an era and a time in my life where clearly I had been very much involved in Reconcilers. And yeah, I'm just so interested that I was given an opportunity to use my gift on the violin to accompany some of the songs at some point. These are memories that had been laying dormant for some time.
Do you recognise that lady though?
In a way, no, but yes, I do recognise this lady, me. You know, this person, this photograph of myself that I'm looking at, was someone who'd been given the opportunity to explore and to nurture a God-given gift at a formative time. Yes, it wasn't my early life, but it was nonetheless formative. And so I was given the opportunity to use my musical gifts and to stir a songwriting gift that I'll forever be deeply grateful of, and just to have been part of the legacy that has been left and that continues to this day. So my name is Valerie Richards-Hill, and I met Reconcilers in the form of Vincent Onwukanjo and Ogoma over 40 years ago. And what a privilege and what a journey it has been. Well, it was a songwriting class for anyone, actually. I think it was a way of stimulating the desire to songwrite, you know, to find what was within and finding ways of putting it to music, which I think was honestly something that Reverend Vin and Sister Ogoma were just so sensitively excellent at. It was an opportunity for fledgling songwriters to bring something that could be enhanced by a larger team. So there were other fledgling songwriters who were also bringing their early songwriting skills to be honed and sharpened and developed. My experience of music had been very Caribbean-centric. I was born in Jamaica and then came to the UK. So this was, for me, the first time I was being exposed to African rhythms, which are different to Caribbean rhythms. And Sister Ogoma was reaching for notes, finding harmonies that were new to me and rhythmical patterns that were new to me. So I would sometimes nestle in between Reverend Vin and Sister Ogoma to try and, you know, find the flavors that they were bringing to the songwriting class. Honestly, I think something which I still attain to or try to attain to even now. And being part of a black majority church where there is a predominance of West Africans, it has now become more familiar to me. And so I've been deeply appreciative of the exposure I had. Well, it would be more than 40 years ago. Can't believe I'm saying that, but it would be. But more than anything else, what I'd really like to say about Reconcilers evangelical ministries is that it seemed to me to be founded on prayer, that the whole ethos of the ministry was God-focused and centered on praise, actually musical praise of God. Mr. and Mrs. Onwukanjo, Sister Ogoma and Reverend Vin, were seeking to stimulate something from young and old alike, so that they might find a voice and find the music from within and use that as a means of praise. I'm quite sure that my first offering was simple and rugged, but yet generously encouraged with offers from around the room to put harmonies to the melody that I'd presented. And I think that was a pattern of the classes at that time, that students could just bring an offering and have it enhanced and honed by others in the room. And I think there was a sense that everyone had a contribution to make. It wasn't only one or two people who would be the instructors, that everyone could have a part to play and sort of be part of a team that was being built little by little. And obviously opportunities and invitations came for us to present those songs and offer renditions of those songs at different venues, different churches, different places. I'm sure there were a few weddings. And what a privilege, what an opportunity, what an education. And I think I'll always be deeply grateful of that, and maybe not recognizing at the time how significant what was happening was. To have an opportunity to kind of minister and to shine and to take responsibility and to step up to the plate. And just noticing that video, just watching that video where I was given the opportunity to MC a portion of an event, just shows the gift, I think, that Reverend Vin had of opening up opportunities for other people to find their gift and to use what they had in the kingdom, just to use those skills and abilities. I notice that I'm in a photograph here with Sister Sibi and Ogoma and some younger children, including 3 of Reverend Vin and Ogoma's children. This photograph here is just a reminder of the development of the ministry. And those children are now obviously much older children. And it's a part of the Onwukanjo legacy and the Reconcilers legacy that some of these people are still involved. Sister Sibi is still on the committee, contributing, working behind the scenes, seeing how the ministry can continue to grow and have an impact on people's lives and offer opportunity for people to find a voice and to minister and to contribute to what is happening in God's kingdom. So my brother reminds me that he met Reverend Vin through me. something which I had clearly forgotten along the way, but I'm glad that it has happened in that way. And the impact of their lives, Reverend Vin and Sister Ogoma, has been profound, actually, on my own life, because I think it stimulated a desire for songwriting and exposed me to these new rhythms, new harmonies, which still fascinates me even now. You have uncovered these photographs which have reminded me of the involvement of many people, young people, older people, and my own involvement, which somehow has rather touched me, actually, that I was part of the very early days, and the privilege of being part of the very early days, singing, songwriting, being privileged to have been part of the Feast of First Fruit. I imagine it must have been the first course. And I would have met this couple in the 80s. So I really thank you for your work, Obi, in wanting to extend the legacy of, especially your late father, who was the instrument around which this ministry was founded and developed, and which grew into what it is today. Some of the standout moments was, actually the dedication to the gospel and the ministry of music. And one of the things I remember is when the ministry had need of a building somewhere to house the ministry. I was privileged to have been part of seeking somewhere that Reconcilers could call home. And I remember Reverend Vin and I had certainly visited 2 or 3 venues to try and find the right place within the right budget. I think it has had 2 or 3 homes now, I believe, as the ministry has developed. And then here at Sharratt Road is where it has been functioning for the last 25 years. The sacrifice of Reverend Vin and Ogoma, the personal sacrifice in extending this ministry, even through that really challenging time, their focus was still on other people, serving other people, and building this ministry to the community and for the glory of God. I think I just want to give thanks to God, really, that He enabled me to be an early part of what has been happening. I've really valued this opportunity of just hearing from my brother Robert, who has been a part of the ministry for many years now, how it has continued, developed, grown with the help of God. And I'm just delighted that it's celebrating 40 years. So happy 40th anniversary to Reconcilers, and may it continue for at least another 40 and another 40 after that. Amen. I would say I have never met an adult who has ever said, I wish I had never learnt an instrument when I was younger. But I've certainly met a number of adults who have wished that they had the opportunity and taken the opportunity to learn an instrument, any instrument, whether it's a wind instrument, a stringed instrument, drums, percussion, any instrument, and just explored the sounds and sought to become proficient, to play for pleasure and to find an opportunity to use that as part of personal worship or in a place of worship when Christians are gathered together, and music is such a big part of Christian gatherings. So if you do play an instrument and are hiding it under a bushel, please uncover it, take it to a team and use it, enjoy it, share it, express emotions on it, and use it for God's glory.